What's up, everybody? It's Jay Wicker with Real Estate Aholics, man. And I got some great investors with us right here. Lenny, tell them who you are, where you logging in from, brother.
Hey guys, what's up, man? This is Lenny. I'm logging in from Springfield, Missouri, man, by way of Cleveland, Ohio, man. Um, I'm a wholesaler, buy, hold investor, creative financer, user, real estate holic.
Facts. What's up, Jay?
What's going on, man?
Now, much, bro. Tell us where you logging in from and what you do.
Jason Sims, Dallas, Texas, wholesaler, same as Lenny, creative real estate, buying, holding, subject to, you name it, we do it. If we haven't done it, you name it, we'll try to do it.
Oh, man.
And we put our head together, it's definitely gonna get done. That's
No
for sure.
doubt.
There's nothing we cannot do, man. You know what I'm saying? So today, man, we got a great one for you guys today, man. I don't know if you guys was able to click on last week. Hello, wholesaling sucks in Dallas, Fort Worth. You hear what this guy say? I don't know who it is, but say wholesaling sucks in Dallas, Fort Worth right now.
Who is that? Whoever that is.
Oh, no.
Hey,
I can't see
Facebook
it.
user, you need
I can't see
to
your
register
name, man.
so we can see what your name is.
Yeah, I'm finna drop the link
And-
for you, bro.
and let's,
Come on.
let's talk, man. Let's holler at you.
I'm about to drop the link for you, bro. DM me real quick. I'm gonna give you the link. I didn't know who we talking to, bro.
Yeah. You got to
DM
register
me.
so we can see your name.
Yeah, man. I gotta DM me real quick. I'm gonna send you this link, bro, so we can talk. Man, so listen, we gonna definitely talk about some wholesaling today, man. I know last time we spoke, we touched on a lot of stuff last week, man. So we did a part 1 and a part 2. Last week was the part 2. We talked about trust and a couple other things on there. So if you guys haven't seen that, definitely log into that, man. There was a lot of gems that was dropped. But this week we're talking about let me see if I can pull it up. I had it right here.
Wholesaling.
Yes, sir.
Wholesaling.
Wholesaling, guys. So anybody want to explain to these people what wholesaling is?
I'll let you
Yeah,
do it,
man.
Lenny.
I mean, well, wholesaling is what a lot of companies have been doing for a long time. You buy something in bulk and you kind of move it at a cheap price. In our instance, we get real estate at a cheap price and we move it at a higher price, right? But we get it at a wholesale price, meaning we get it at a very, very deep discounted price and able for us to actually assign it to an end buyer that's actually going to be able to make some money on the deal.
Facts. So we can like I say, we get at such a great discount that we still can sell it or sell it to an end buyer at a greater discount too. So everybody wins in that whole transaction.
Most
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's not just in real estate, man, where you can be a wholesaler. You can be a wholesaler in multiple
Right.
of things, right? So you look at Walmart. Walmart don't make none of those products. They may make a few of them, but the majority of them they don't make them. They
That's
find
right.
a person who creates these different widgets or whatever the case is. They buy them in bulk, so to get them at a deep discount. They turn around and put their points on top of that, and then they sell it to us at a discount, I guess, as well, to where everybody feel like they won.
Right.
That's what a wholesale deal is. Nobody want to feel like they've been cheated.
So here's the definition that I tell my students. It's the art of finding deeply discounted properties.
Yeah, man.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
The key to this whole deal, the thing is, man, you have to get good at finding discounted properties.
That's right.
That's where it's at. The buyers are the easy part. I know, if you come up the way I did, man, you may have think that people don't have that kind of money laying around, or hundreds of $1,000s, or have access to that. Listen, blow up that myth. If that's going on in your head, take that out and ball that up and kick it down the street, bro. Because just because you don't got it, don't mean that they don't have it.
Exactly.
Because they do.
And if they don't have it, somebody else got it to lend it to them.
Exactly.
So, if they're in the business, OPM, we always talk about OPM, other people's money, the bank's money, whoever it is. Okay. And some money just jumped on the live with us right
Absolutely.
now. So, you can talk to Jarrell and he'll help your buyer out get some money too. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
all good.
Yeah, truly one-stop shop, man. Truly one stop shop.
Yeah.
Terrell, what up, though?
How you doing, fellas? How the week,
Doing great,
man?
man.
How you guys going this week?
Man,
Most
doing
definitely,
great, man.
Man,
Doing
pretty
great.
good, man.
Hitting this week in the mouth so far, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't getting hit, but I'm hitting the week in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I just
right.
had somebody that logged in. He said, "This is what he said, Joel. Let me show you, bro. Hold on 1 second. I gotta get your comment on this, bro.
Okay.
Where we at? He said, wholesaling sucks in Dallas Fort Worth right now. So basically, he's saying if it sucks in Dallas Fort Worth, because right now, man, Texas is where it's at, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if it sucks here, that means it sucks everywhere. Everywhere then, right? So is that
Even
true?
worse.
That's what I'm saying. This is
Even
the Mecca.
worse.
Well, you know, I'm here to really chime in on the getting to the buying side and get some tactics from you guys on this wholesaling side. You know, I don't really go after too many wholesale deals per se, but I love to chime in on what I'm seeing on those end buyers that's buying the property from those wholesalers' point of view and whatnot. I'm interested in discuss that
because you're underwriting the deal.
Yeah. As far as Texas though is concerned, he says it's a drag out there, huh?
Yeah, I don't think he know that's where we at, man.
So how about it?
Man.
Is it slow? Is marketing? Is it? What do you think it is?
A lot of times, what it is that. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Lenny. Go ahead, bro.
Where I'm at right now in Springfield, Missouri, a lot of these buyers are dependent on guys like Terrell to close deals. Period. It is what it is.
That'd be a deal.
They go on hard money. I'm seeing deals close in anywhere between 21 and 30 days. This is what I'm seeing deals done because of the appraisals, getting the appraisals out there, getting the loan approved, closing on the loan, etc. So that's literally what I'm experiencing in Springfield, Missouri right now is a 21 to 30-day closing window. I'm fine with that as long as we close, you know what I mean? And as long as the buyer, you know what I'm saying, get out of the situation or solve the situation.
You talking about hard money.
You talking about
wholesaler.
His buyers, his buyers,
end buyers.
Well, I mean, it has to be a deal though,
Exactly.
Unfortunately, I come across a lot of people who think they have deals. You can't blame them because no one knows what they're, don't have a crystal ball on what the appraiser is going to appraise the value for, but sometimes they're way off, and those are deals that are just no way, even through squinting, where they're deals. And I'm sure they're dealing with someone that's not like you, Lenny, that are selling them a pipe dream where nothing after the purchase price is $20,000 versus more than the ARV, but you need $1,000 in work. That's not gonna that deal is no deal.
Exactly.
You can easily that's the reason why I wanted to join today. A lot of times I've seen the wholesalers take the meat off the plate,
exactly.
By trying to hit that slam dunk 20 grand deal
every
single time, and it doesn't work because if you're experienced, maybe comes to a little bit of an experience of never having to actually sell something retail, but you have to create a cushion for your end buyer to make sure that they feel comfortable with. No one wants to be up to the gun. Oh, I have to sell this for $330 just 15 grand, because of where I bought it, because of how much I bought it for. And when unbeknownst to the end buyer, that 20 grand where that wholesaler could have made 5 to 10 grand would have saved them 15 to 10 grand cushion, at the end of the day. It comes down to that tight sometimes, unfortunately. So my rule of thumb with as far as I'm concerned, with wholesalers that I like to speak to out here in podcast land, try to try to be more conservative and be mindful about, that you're trying to sell a deal, not just offload a property. You're selling a deal. You can't.
Most definitely right.
With potential profit, Millman has to eat too. I definitely understand that. Millman got to eat, but you also you gonna eat with nobody if you you know what I'm saying, you take up all the profits. So let's do I have anyone that concur with me on that?
Oh yeah,
You've seen that sometimes. So there are rooms with people who have little room and go for the gusto and kind of kill the deal.
I see it all the time.
Yeah.
I got all the emails today where they came back in and reducing price. Well, you had to go down on the price because you knew it was too high in the beginning.
Yeah, but you spent 3 weeks, 4 weeks pushing that deal when you could have gotten it sold to a person like me on the first day, because I know where I need to buy it.
Exactly.
I know where I need to buy it.
Here's the one thing too that I find with a lot of wholesalers when I talk to them is that they go into it and just thinking about being a wholesaler. Mm-hmm. You've also got, because you're really on the contract, the A and B contract, you're on that contract as an actual buyer. Mm-hmm. So your mindset should be as the buyer. If you wouldn't buy the deal, then nobody else will.
Exactly.
Right?
That's just
if you wouldn't go borrow the money, if you wouldn't get it out of your checking account, if you wouldn't go to friends and family and ask for the money to do the deal because you knew it, then it's not a deal.
Yeah. I think a lot of people get bogged down, especially newbies in deals that aren't deals and lose confidence in their ability to do real estate sometimes. Right. A lot of people start in wholesaling, and then when you don't do that right, it's like, damn, this ain't hard. This is harder than I thought. But really, it isn't. Really, it isn't. You just the 10 deals you evaluated wasn't deals. You should have threw them away the first day, but you spent 30 days on each one, trying to see if anyone would and that's for the new investors that maybe not know that their ARV is way off. But then the experienced ones, guys out here, you guys know better. In my opinion, you have to look at it as a buyer, like Jason said.
Yeah. But the rookie mistake is a person analyze a deal for too long, and what tends to happen, they stop filling their pipeline up. They so focused on the property, and it's not even a deal. Now all of a sudden, now you got to start all over and get your momentum going again, right?
So I just signed the JV form, right, Jay? For what you're going on, Jay. I just signed the JV form the other day, and the girl hit me up already, like, yeah, what's going on? And I was like, okay, I just sent it out to my buyers. People like to do due diligence or whatever. And she finally break it. She was like, yeah, well, I got this under contract with a realtor, and I got it for 10 grand less than what is on market for. So I'm like, okay, so let me go look at this deal. So I look at the deal. This deal been on Zillow since February. She done called herself being slick, offering 10 grand. I said, look, there's a reason why this deal has been on Zillow since February. It's not a deal. Right? It's not a deal. And then I asked her yesterday, I said, well, have you tried to move this around to anybody? And she was like, no, not since I signed the JV with you. Like, wait, what? Excuse me? So you letting your buyer depend on me and not you? Hold on, wait. That's like,
that's a rookie move. That's a rookie move.
They get in the game, like Terrell was just saying, man, they lock them up too high. They don't know what's going on. And then you the bad guy because you telling them different than what's on YouTube.
Facts.
Like, I'm out here doing it. Like, I don't care what they told you on YouTube. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
exactly.
You be wild, man. So, I definitely say, man, do your numbers. Like, make sure your numbers are tight, man.
Yeah. And we'll go through step by step on how to go about doing the deal, right?
Right.
What do you think? Well, I'm asking the gentleman's question. He said there's no deals in Dallas Fort Worth. So you have to have different tools to do deals, right? If you're just a straight wholesaler and if a person's upside down, there's nothing you can do with that deal. Of course, it's not a deal for you. But even if
it is for me,
that's what it is for me. I still can do that deal. but you got to have the tools to be able to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Most wholesalers, they're one trick pony. If that don't work, they on to the next one. No, even if the deal upside down, we still can do the deal. If that person's motivated, willing to take terms, we can get it done. Right. So that's that.
Right.
And maybe I hope that helped you, man. There's ways to get deals done, man. Just doing just a regular wholesale deal. All right. So we're gonna start from beginning, man. So how we go about doing a deal. So normally some people do this a little different. I just changed this over myself. So maybe Jason or Lenny, tell me what you guys do. What I do now, man, if I'm dealing with a person who's new to this business, I tell them go get his buyers list first. Maybe get him 4 or 5 buyers. And I always tell people, I'm a virtual wholesaler. So if we're working together, and let's say you're in Dallas, I tell you go in Dallas, find you some buyers in Dallas, right? Because I want you to go out and see some properties, go touch some properties. So when you're talking to a seller, you will know kind of what to say, how to say it, because you've been out to a few properties. So I would say get your buyers list first. What do you guys say?
Yes, I'm with your buyers list first, but I'm also telling to market for sellers and buyers at the same time. Okay. Because if you really look at the dynamics of you filing your distressed properties, you're going to run into your absentee owners and wrong numbers and people that are in between that, where if we're just asking if they want to sell and not if they're interested in purchasing, then we may have missed out on that buyer too. So while we're marketing, we shouldn't just be focused on marketing just for sellers. If I'm making cold calls, or if we're making cold calls, we're trying to see if you may have an interest in buying or selling a property. We don't even tell them what property we're calling about.
That's a good point, guys.
Okay, because now I can build my buyers list and get motivated sellers at the same time. During that process, if I get a seller and I've also got 3 buyers that I've talked to, because remember, they're easier to come by. I got 3 buyers that I've talked to in the first hour of my cold calling, but then I luckily come up with a motivated seller in the second hour of my cold calling. Well, guess what? That seller, if I'm able to contract them at the right price, I've already got 3 buyers who would probably be interested in it. This would be the first. This would be your first. This could be your first day on the phone. You could actually do that.
Yeah.
But I don't wholesale too much. I have wholesale about 10 properties. I could say so. I know the process up and down, but I always looked at it as, hey, I was going to renovate that property, and then either the location, something just didn't. I always look for reasons not to do a deal. It's just me. I always look for reasons why I shouldn't do this deal. If I see too many, then it just happened to turn into wholesale deals. That's how I've made buckets off of wholesale deals. But I went in it as a buyer first, so I saw the potential or the actual profit in it. Forget potential, the profit in it, and how much I can make off of just doing nothing for it. Okay. Yeah. But as far as, and I think this is the same as with the buyers list, is that I've been doing loans over 8 years now, and private money has always been kind of like the holy grail, if you want to say, in loans, because there's no lender involved. It's just boom, straight to someone personal, right? So that's always want to stack your team up with as many private money lenders as you can. So I always ran into the issue is I'll find the deal that someone needed funding for. Then I'm trying to establish that private money that I haven't nurtured the relationship with maybe as well, and then nothing really connects. So just years of that happening, and just funding the first position loan on the hard money side, right? So what I've found out recently in the last 2 years is that it just kind of hit me one night. I was like, you know what? Let me find the private money lender ready to lend right now. Then contact all of my go-to clients that always have deals that I'm funding and say, hey, the deal you got right now, you just put on the contract. Because like I said, those are my top 10 always getting deal clients. hey, I got funding for the deal you putting under contract right now, and it just connects instantaneously because that person I just spoke to them, got them intake on the intake, and know exactly how much they have to loan and the capacity of how they want to lend, if it's first position only or they're willing to do second position, and then move on to my already established class of clients that need funding. So it connected better. So that's kind of like the buyer's list, honestly, with the PML, making sure that so basically find a buyer, see what he wants, make sure that he's actively looking, make sure he's actively looking, and then find something for that person that's looking. That making close the deal much faster than them finding the seller and then now trying to find someone to buy it from you.
Yeah, and that's kind of my philosophy too, because now you can focus your marketing on what type of deal they wanted.
I'm totally different. I'm literally totally different, right? Because I just got into selling 2 years ago. I ain't been doing this for 5 years. I ain't been doing this for 8 years. You know what I mean? So I literally utilize the power of the internet. To get the deal sold, right? What I do is, hey, I got this property over here. Then I get a whole list of emails, right, of buyers. Then I vet those buyers or the bio. Hey, if you bought some in the last, send me an address so that I can, type into my little investment thing and I can see what you've been buying, right? And then, boom, it's like send me that deal. Send me that deal. Send me that deal. Send me that deal. I literally get, because I truly believe too, though, it's because of the tools that's not available, right? So everybody's making a new app. Everybody's making a deal check app. Everybody's making a calculator app, things of that nature, right? So when I put a property into one of these calculators and I formulate that property to like what, Jarrell may be doing, say 80%, 90% loan to value, 100% rehab. Like I add that into my, into my marketing scheme. And then that way people can see the different exit strategies, right? I send you one for a burn. I send you one for a rental. I send you one for a flip, or I send you one strictly with my wholesale numbers on it, and you figure out the rest, right? So with me doing that, I literally just formulate that deal, and I post it only like I only go to my market first, right? I only go to my market first, and this now after I have built definitely built the buyer's list, and I know what to send who. But if I just get a deal out of the blue, somebody send me that deal, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna put the numbers together on that deal. I'm gonna put an exit strategy together on that deal, and I'm gonna post that deal. Now that exit strategy makes sense for a buyer. They gonna call, they gonna DM me. I send that deal. They send that earnest money. We had closing.
I'm just like that. I want to paint the easiest road for you.
Yeah,
accurate numbers. Really, I have only besides showing you, I definitely understand. Talk about this, Jay. When do you disclose information, and how do you disclose information throughout the process? How do you guys do that? Like
to a seller?
To a buyer. Say you're wholesaling a deal. You have it on the you have it on the contract. Do you post the address, all the specs to publicly, or only to a select few? How much disclosure do you give about the deal without having any type of commitment of earnest money or purchase sale agreement like that? In that, contact. Give it all.
I give everything but the address.
I give them everything. Because remember, if I've already got a signed contract, I have equitable interest. And so at this point, I don't mind giving you the address. So you can do your own due diligence as well with that address.
But that's what a person that I've been rocking with. Yeah, I have no problem. Here you go, bro. Here's everything. Let me know what it is. But because I'm a virtual wholesaler, so if I'm doing something out of state, I'm gonna give them enough to say, you know what, I'm interested in this deal. And then the next thing what I do, I say, okay, when you want to go take a look at it, well, I'll be tomorrow about 10 o'clock. I tell you what, give me a call tomorrow at 10 o'clock when you get ready to leave. Once that person, hey Jay, I need to get in this place or whatever the case is, man, I'm getting ready to leave. Okay, take a picture of your ID for me real quick and send it to me. Then I'll send you everything else you need. Like you got a code or whatever the case is, just in case they go on this property and tear it up, I know who's in this property.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can say, look, man, Mr. Seller,
That's pretty.
the person I put in this property right here. This, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to cover all bases when it comes to that.
Yeah, it's pretty touchy because you literally are sometimes giving people you don't know access to someone else's home.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Them,
true.
them squatters a trip, boy.
So,
squatters, people that
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you may run into someone who don't want the household. I mean, I just always thought about that, you know.
But here's the deal: if that person is serious, right, and he's really a buyer, whatever the case is, man, you going to look at this place. I done gave you the numbers. I done gave you a video or all the pictures you want or whatever the case is, and it seemed like a deal. You don't want to give me a piece of your ID, bro. I'm about to see this information. You're probably not serious.
Probably not serious anyway.
You're probably not serious, bro. So okay, well, I'll let you later, bro. You give it to me. Now I say, okay, I got your information, bro. I know who you are, even though I don't know who you are. Right? Yeah. Hey, this is the last person
who we
talked about. His ID. Go get this cat. He just stole up the place or whatever the case is. That's kind of how I do it on virtual deals. You know what I'm saying? But somebody, I got a couple people on here, man. Hey, I got a question for us on here. I'm listening, bro. Okay. Let me see here. Can y'all see it on that side?
I think so. Yeah. Marketing for sellers or buyers list. That's all I see.
Tell them the same thing. Okay, they kind of saying the same thing. They saying it's fire, guys. So you guys are killing it, man. All right, so let's go. Okay, so now keep in mind. So we're talking to people who probably have never done a deal before,
right?
You know, so some of the stuff we're talking about, with the apps and stuff like that, they probably have no idea what that is. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk to the person just coming in the game that don't know a lot of things. So what I was saying, as far as the marketing is concerned, right, or buying a list, right? So how do you do your marketing? Let's say you don't know anything about go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lenny. I thought you was about to say something.
No, I wasn't, but you said how do I go about if I never knew anything about it?
Yeah. What would you do in that situation?
How do I go about the marketing? Same thing, man. I mean, I get it in the contract and I put it on Facebook. I mean, like Jason Sims said, man, if I had an equitable interest in the contract, you know what I mean, and how I formulate the contract.
Yeah, first it was 18K. Look at that.
I'm gonna dip it into one of those groups. I'm gonna drop it into one of those Facebook groups.
No, groups, man, that's the power.
That got some names in it, I'm gonna drop it in there, and then I'm gonna just, I'm gonna sit back for real. Now, if Facebook is generally like my last option of deal, because I remember back in the day when I first learned. I remember Antonio Campbell. Antonio Campbell was like, "Listen, Facebook is where deals go to die." So Facebook is literally the last resort. For real, that's literally my last resort now. Like when I first started though, I put it on Facebook. But right now, Facebook is literally the last. Unless you're fishing for a wider net of buyers. But Facebook is literally where deals go to die, I believe. That's because that's kind of like your last option. Like, hey, let me put it on the internet.
Is that because you're putting? Is that because if your market is generally to the public, or if you have a specified friends list that if when you throw it on your timeline, it goes to predominantly investors? Like there's people, if you want to utilize social media correctly, and I think I have correctly, I've tried to, and it takes a long time, being mindful of who you friend. I mean, I used it as not so much as friending my friends, but friending investors over the years. So if I put a deal in a group or even on my timeline, I would say at least 75% of the people that I've never probably met before in my life or talked to a couple times or one time or anything are investors themselves. So I catch traction putting it on Facebook just because my audience and my friends list are investors, not just
right. But keep this in mind too, though. We're posting deals on these these public platforms. We're not realtors, guys. You run into, if you, because we're not selling the
That's where
property.
the verbiage.
We're selling our rights. Yeah, we're selling our rights to the contract.
That's
our position.
Verbiage. That's where that verbiage comes in.
So you got that. That's why this is what I have in this particular zip code: 3-bedroom, 2-bath. You know what I'm saying? For more information, DM me or whatever the case is. Right.
Always put assignment contract and then property description.
Very important, man.
Very important. You're gonna definitely disclose that you're not the owner. That you're not the owner. You're not the listing agent. Yeah.
Exactly.
So we got one here. Somebody 18K on their first deal. Man. 18K, right?
$18,000.
That's how you get that money.
Yes. Dinner on you, bro. Yes, MCA. A Mid-City Network group on Facebook. The link is on there, man. Go ahead and pop up. Come on, holler at us, man.
Definitely.
All right, so we talked about marketing is key in this business, guys. We can't really overemphasize that. You got to get good at marketing for sellers, right? You got to kiss a lot of ugly women till you get that one that say, "You look, I'm ready to rock." And it can be frustrating, especially if you don't know what to say, how to say, when you go on the phone and things of that nature. That's very important. And as Lincoln was talking about, we can get a list as well. There is some software out there that you can purchase to be able to acquire, get leads and stuff like that. Now, Lindy, go ahead and plug yourself, bro. Where you get some of your leads from?
For me?
Can you
man, well, most of my leads now, man, I'll be on that bachelor piece, man. Because I build my specific list, right? I build my specific list of what I think may be potential sellers, right? I tweak the equity a little bit. Normally I look at 2 beds, 2 baths, certain amount of equity between 30,000 and 100,000 worth of equity. Most times absentee owners, and then that's who I kind of target. Like my whole thing is literally absentee. Like that's literally my whole joint absentee owners. I've only literally wholesaled maybe 6 properties with people in it. You know what I mean? The rest of them has literally been, straight off market. The owner's out of state. They tried to sell it and couldn't. You know what I mean? Like I look for situations. I look for situations. You know what I'm saying? I literally fix my filter for situations, and then I may go into the demographic, and then I may choose 40-year-old white female with kids who divorced. You know what I mean? Recently divorced. So I'll pull that list, right? So I know it's possibly a home sale in there somewhere. You know what I mean? So it's just going down.
Hey, Mr. Hill, how you doing, sir?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Doing great, man. You the one that got the 18K?
Yeah, man. I started in 2016, and I'm from Dallas Fort Worth myself. I know somebody else said they were from Dallas, but
we both are.
Oh, okay, yeah. But back in 2016, that's when I started. I think 2016, 2017, 2018 was the golden year. When I first started in 2016, it was not one sign. We buy houses on any corner in Dallas Fort Worth. The competition that has rise, and when I started, years now in, so many people from all over the world moved to Dallas Fort Worth because it was cheap at first, and then just beyond over time, everything just skyrocketed. Like I remember at the time where I can just meet a seller looking to sell their house, make a contract, have a buyer ready. But nowadays it's not easier like that. Now it's more harder. Like I said, I can say I'd say in 2022 now, I haven't made a deal yet. It ain't because of the wholesale. It just nowadays people want what they want for their house. Ain't nobody's giving them up for a discounted price. I haven't seen a discounted price in a long time.
No, I definitely understand where you're coming from, but in any business that you're in, right, you got to adapt with the times. So what are you still applying the same old method that you did back in 2016, or have you adapted what's going on?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I got ATMs and things like that. I don't.
Well, see, so you okay? So you can't say what you're saying.
I went a whole different route, man. Real estate is a love and hate thing.
so my thing is you have to adapt. You have to adapt to the situation. Now you're right. There's a lot of people out here that's saying this and saying that, or whatever the case is, right? But the cream rises to the top, bro. adapt to the situation, man. So if you're making 20 calls, now you gotta make 40 or 60 now, right?
Yeah.
You gotta the tools that you're using to be able to solve these problems. Because you mean to tell me that there's no problem in 2020?
Well, I can say this. I wouldn't say it's not a problem. I think back in 2019, like I guess around the pandemic, I just got to the point where it's just it ain't hard for me. It just got to the point it ain't as easy as it used to be.
So
and number two, I never had a team. You know, I made my first 6 figures in 7 months when I first started. You know, I made $100,000 in 7 months when I first started. I worked at Board Milk in Dallas. I would work from 4 in the morning, get off at 12:30, and I would grind every day until it got dark at nighttime. And what I was running to other wholesalers I'm thinking they buyers in the beginning. Turns out they ain't nothing but a wholesaler like me. So what I learned how to do, I built my buyer list. I started finding actually buyers, and I found my top 10 that were any house I get, man, they'll take them right off my hand. But the thing is, I have trained a lot of people how to wholesale. And I think when 2019 came, I started asking all my guys, I said, man, is it difficult to wholesale now? And they start saying the same thing, like, yeah, everything is going up. You know, sellers are starting to want for their house. And I would tell my buyers, they're like, man, that house too much. I say, listen, you gotta understand, man, the market has changed. People want what they want for their house nowadays.
Hey, have you ever watched Batman, right? Say instance of Batman, right? And you know, with Batman being in certain situations, you know, he'd be like, damn, okay, I can't be this, but then he'd be like, damn, I got this tool belt. Now see, Batman kept a tool belt. Batman kept a tool belt. This goes back to what we were saying. Financing, lease option terms, different exit strategies in wholesaling and keep your business going. Wholesaling, you know, you can wholesale the real estate. We can lease option, short-term rental, contract. I mean, you know, you can literally wrap a deal in the deal and move that deal. You know what I mean? Like you know, yeah, man. You just gotta it's that tool belt, bro. It's that tool belt, man. You know,
I got a question for you though.
Go ahead, Jay.
I got a question. Who are you targeting? Your sellers. Who are you targeting?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I had over, I say, but in 2020, I have over like 2,000 buyers. I have a big buyer list.
Right. No. See, I'm talking about your sellers. Who are you targeting? Yeah. Who are you targeting?
So okay, just say right now, 2022. I think out of the outline done from 2016. Like I met so many sellers that, like I said, a lady named Miss Johnson, her husband left her over 35 houses when he died. So I'm more the type of person, when they reach out to me, then I sell the house. I don't go out finding or networking no more. I think I did all that hard grind. Don't get me wrong, every now and then I look at the market. Sometimes I'll drop $1 if I see anything and things like that. But unfortunately, I'm at the point of now where I'm 36. It's like, man, I'm tired of going out there looking for houses. So all my sellers now that I actually do business with, once they call me and say, hey, Antron, you know, I'm looking to sell another house, I just wait till someone call me. I really don't go out looking like how I used to no more.
Okay. All right. And see, and that would and a little bit of that would be the reason why you saw your decline in your ability to wholesale. Because there's 3 ways to get business in this market, right? What you can wait for it, which is what you're doing right now. Okay. You can buy it, which you're going and buy the marketing, you know, your PPC and all that stuff. And then the other one, you go out and you earn it. The thing is that you were burning the bottom of your shoes. Lenny was just talking about, we have the technology now. I don't go anywhere. Me and Jay, we virtual wholesale, and we still do stuff here local. We're sending out SMS.
That's exactly.
And we've got cold callers, right?
Okay.
But we're building these things from government lists, right? Your code violations, your water shutoffs, and that stuff you can just request from the city. It comes right to your computer. Pull the list, put it in there, and then we'll stack that on top of another issue.
Absolutely.
Right. So now you got code violation, and then we'll stack that over on top of now that code violation also. Why is it in code violation? Well, because it's vacant. Okay, and then code violation is vacant, but it also got a probate on it. So now I got 3 issues on this one property, and if I call the right person, that's a deal.
And all you gotta do now is do this.
Yeah, skip tracing. Skip tracing.
And you off and running, right?
Text it and call.
Well, I put it like this. I say the reason why I really got like I'm telling you guys, I was ahead of my game in 2016. I'm talking about at a point in time when nobody wouldn't even buy property lands. At a point in time, I had like 30. I had like 30 of them at the time, and on the west side of Fort Worth, and then nobody wanted them. Then 2 years later, everybody said, "Oh, you got any land now?" They building houses on property land. I said, "Dude, I had so many of them, but didn't nobody want them at a point in time."
That's when you see, and if I'd known you back then, I would have told you to put options on every last one of them.
Damn, and I didn't do that. See, and I was younger in the game, so I didn't know that at first.
Because and I understand how you feel about 2016 because that's when I started real estate back in 2004, but then I went back to corporate America in 2006, and then I left corporate America in 2016. Okay, October 2016, which is probably the same time that you and I were killing it and doing deal after deal after deal, deal after deal.
At that time, I was a mortgage broker at that time.
And most of my deals, and if you know Dallas, they was all out of 75215. Okay, Fair Park area.
Yeah, and I did a lot of deals out there too. I did a lot of deals in Dallas too.
Yeah, you know, 75216.
It's hot over there now.
Oh, it is hot over there right now.
Yeah.
But then the same houses that you and I were wholesaling back then, we were picking up at 10, 15, and 20 stacks. And then we were able to wholesale it for 30 and 40.
Yep.
Right? Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No. Not anymore. The
same
South
Dallas, one, they were like now South Dallas. I remember one time I was in South Dallas, man. I was selling houses for when they was going, I remember when they was just 30, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000 top.
Yeah, right.
Man, that South Dallas now houses going up 180, 200,000, man. It's ridiculous.
Well, I got two over there for free. I got two over there for free in 2016.
Oh wow.
Okay. Why? Because some of the mortgage companies, remember the 2008 mortgage crash? Okay, a lot of houses over there went vacant, but also a lot of the mortgage companies went belly up.
Yep.
They lost the paperwork, so they charged it off. So it looked like it was a credit card charge off, not a foreclosure. So they never took the property back. And all I did was go to the bank and got all their properties.
Oh wow. I didn't even know you can do that, man.
Well, you need to get down with the team, bro.
Because remember,
you in the right spot.
When an LLC or corporation is inactive, they can't contract anymore.
Exactly. Fact.
But I can go buy the corporation from the Secretary of State.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now we talking a little bit deeper, right?
Yeah. Because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, so what's so bad? It's funny that you said it. See, I was one of them guys. Like, I don't know if y'all heard of this brother called Antonio Edwards. I don't know if y'all heard.
Yeah, I know Antonio.
He left
Chicago and went to
Florida.
Yeah, he left Chicago and went to Vegas.
Yeah, and I don't know if y'all watched the video when he was doing it on the board saying, when I saw that in 2016, it struck the light bulb in my head. And I said, man, I think I can do this. And so, like I said, that was the knowledge that I know. Just getting wholesale. I didn't know how you could go through banks and do this. Like I said, I wasn't educated on that. And then when I was trying to find out all these solutions, like when I said house and they say, oh, the same owner owns this house, but he don't stand that property. I didn't know how to find that person. So I was like, well, where do I go from here? And I was lost for a few years because I didn't understand how could I find that owner that actually owned the house when it's abandoned. But I look online and say the owner still stay in the house. So it was a lot of stuff I didn't understand in the beginning. So I was just words sometimes.
Yeah. Well, see, I mean, I worked, some of the corporate jobs that I had beforehand, I was able to bring some of that into my business. Okay. And that helped me understand all the stuff that you wouldn't have understood. Okay. Because I was doing investigation and I was doing all this other stuff. So I knew about that. And see, I started before bulk skip tracing was ever even a thing publicly.
Okay.
Nobody knew what bulk skip tracing was. What is that? Now everybody wants to do it.
So here's the question though. So we still getting down our list before we get out of here. So
come on, let's go.
Okay, cold calling skills, right? And negotiating. How important is this, guys?
That is the number one thing that you should need to know, no matter what. Because I don't care if you're doing SMS, PP. I don't care what marketing you're doing. It always ends up on a call.
Mm-hmm.
It always
Never
ends up on
split
a
the
call.
difference.
Right. But no matter what, it always ends up on a call. And everybody wants to negotiate. Right? It just like Lenny just said, never split the difference, right? We're negotiating all day, every day. Heck, we negotiate with ourselves more than we do with anybody else. Right? Oh man, what do I want to eat today, Lenny? I don't know. Right? But we don't understand that that's a skill.
It is.
Right? That's a skill, and we don't understand that we have that skill. We just do it more to ourselves than we are able to articulate it to other people. So those two things right there, cold calling is really what got me into this.
Yeah, man.
Because I don't mind talking to people on the phone.
Yeah, me too.
Some people, man, it's very nervous when they do it, right? So one of the things, go ahead, Lenny. I'm sorry, bro. I ain't meant to step on you.
Lenny,
like cold calling home security, cold calling cable.
You kind of break it up.
Cold calling those leads. Prepare me.
Hey, Lenny,
breaking out like a robot.
Got a bad signal, buddy.
Bad signal.
You're in the Matrix, brother. Log on, log back in.
Yeah.
Ours going down.
Okay. So one of the things, man, that I used to do when I first got in this business, right? Like I've never had a problem with talking to nobody, but one of the things I used to do, man, I used to get on the phone and I would call people, right, and see how long I can keep them on the phone. Now, you get an older person, they're talking for 15 minutes before you have to tell them what's going on, right, or what you calling for. So I hear a dog barking, I'm like, hey, what kind of dog you got there? I hear some Price is Right going on in the background, man. That's my favorite show, man. I used to listen to that when I was, and I'm just talking to building up the confidence, bro, to continue to do this, bro. So if you guys are in this business, if you're scared to talk on the phone, this may not be it for you. But you may have to put your 10,000 hours in, man, because eventually it's gonna get a lot easier for you. Maybe the first, second call or third call that you make gonna be kind of nerve-wracking, but after that, it is what it is. And the way I look at it, right? Somebody
you got to fear talking on the phone.
Yeah.
Just answer every call that comes in, even the spam calls. Answer them. Talk to them.
Yeah.
I get over that. Yeah.
The way I look at it, right?
Yes.
The person on the other side of the phone got my $10,000 and I want it, bro.
Yeah, I pick up the phone and talk to the spam people, man. They want to sell you something. Tell them, hey, look, I'll buy one of whatever you got if you buy two of what I got. Whatever. Just talk to them.
Another thing, so the people that just come into this game too. So here's another thing that you gotta learn how to do too, man. Pulling comps, right? Submitting offers.
Oh
right?
yeah, pulling comps.
How important is that, man? And how do you do that if you don't know, if you don't have the software? Because I know people just come to this game probably don't have the software to pull comps.
Man, I'm gonna tell you a crazy story. I remember when I first got in the game and I had built a big buyers list. They be like, "Well, what's the comps like?" What? And I tell them, I'm like, "How long you been in the game?" They say they've been in the game by 7, 8. I said, "Well, I shouldn't have to show you comps. If I have a house and you you trying to buy it, you should be able to check the comps yourself."
If I'm dealing with another wholesaler, right? So because what tends to happen, you may see something post up. Somebody may post something on social media, and then they may grab it and then shoot it over to you to see what you think or whatever the case is, without doing any due diligence. So if I'm dealing with another wholesaler, I tell them, say, listen, man, send me over what you use to pull comps so that I can quickly look at it real quick and determine if it's a deal or if I want to dive in it further. If they don't come with it, I'm keeping moving.
Yeah. I want you to show me. I want you to show me where
all kind of stuff, bro. I lock my whole day up, man. You know what I'm saying?
It was much easier. It was a much easier deal if I just verify with the comps that you see, and then make sure those pan out. Make sure everything is feasible. It's so much simpler. That's ideal.
I've had
actually giving you actual comparables, not phantom comparables. Homes that sold 3 miles away and 4 stars higher school districts. Those type of information, speeds the process up for myself, and also make sure that if I'm buying that property, it gives me an idea that this is definitely they're concurring what I'm seeing in it. If I'm gonna pull my own comps regardless,
I'm definitely gonna do
same comps come up to the same comps they use, then we on to something. Rather than what happens most of the time is I don't find any comps. I ask someone, show me your comp, and their comps are bogus. And I look at appraisals all day. And I know, you know,
You got to that?
Comps
what
2
comparables
miles
should
out.
be. Yeah, all kind of stuff. I found so you know, you can't. People think that you can look over the undesirable.
Yeah.
That's the problem. People think they can look over the undesirable and pull the comps that they cherry pick, but you can't really do that. They're not going to go over. They're not going to look past comparables to hit you, the one that you used. You know,
Right.
and I'm talking about as appraisers standpoint.
But keep in mind too, if you're a wholesaler, man, you doing a JV deal or you trying to ship it out to somebody, you gotta paint the picture of this deal for me. Make it as easy as possible.
Right.
If I got a deal under contract, when I send it to my buyer, look, everything is laid out for you. All you have to do is quickly, a few minutes, look at it. I want to dive in further.
When y'all do JV deals, do you feel like you gotta go half and half?
I try not to. Well, I will.
I do JV deals. I do JV deals and I do 50-50. But my JVs are
I hear a lot
in-house.
of popping going on. Hold on. Somebody mic is popping.
Baby Lenny, he just came in.
Yeah, that was Lenny.
Yeah, Lenny. That was Lenny.
Yeah, Lenny.
It's popping pretty bad, bro.
Yeah, I do the JV thing, but we do that as a team because the people that I work with, they're on 1099. They're acquisition people for me. We don't take any other outside deals. We source our own deals. So the deals that we do and that we close, we split and we do a JV agreement because they're on a 1099 and we give that to the title company. So we do that 50-50. I just provide all the data, the skip tracing, and I provide all of that.
See, I don't do JVs, and the only reason why I don't do that, just say for instance, if I found the house, and I know it took me a while to find the house, and then someone come along and say, "Hey, bro, I have a buyer, and we can JV," and I'm like, "Well, I wouldn't JV with you, but I'll give you some profit." The only reason why I do that person because you gotta understand, man, I have to take the time to look for it or whatever. So I'm always willing enough to give somebody. I won't short them out a deal. Let's say if I got a deal for 10,000, I'm like, listen, I'll give you probably like 45. And the only reason why I do that because I took the time to look for the house or drive for the house, look it up, or things like that. So I don't usually do JVs, and I just don't think that's good for me because at the end of the day, it took me to look for the house, to go find the house, to do the research on the house. So I really don't. I'm not good on doing JVs unless I break them out, but I can't never do 50-50.
Okay, let's do this then. Let's think about this for a second. Let's say if you didn't have a buyer for your property, right? And you pressed against time. I need a buyer. I'm about to lose this money. You mean to tell me a cat say, look, man, I got a buyer. I know about this property. I need 50-50. You wouldn't do that deal?
No, because at the end of the day, I promise you.
You're going to lose the money.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Okay. At the end of the day, I'm blessed to say that never happened to me.
But I'm saying,
you always found the buyer, you're saying.
Yes, I always end up finding a buyer. But it might be somebody say, yo, I know somebody that would take it right off your hands, but you got to give me 50-50. But I'd be like, well, and I always come back. I would say, you know what? If I don't find a buyer, then I do it. But unfortunately, I was blessed enough to end up finding a buyer for the right person to end up buying the house.
Yeah. But see, my thing is like when I'm doing virtual deals, right, in different markets or whatever the case is, right? So a lot of times I'm dealing with some people that I never done deal with before, right? And they're boots on the ground for me, right? So when I need a person help this person get into this property or whatever the case is, or get some take some pictures or whatever it is, they boots on the ground. So I have no problem with doing it. You know what I'm saying? Dropping half or whatever. And if they sending me something, man, for my time and effort, bro, because if I don't, you need me just like I need you, bro. You know, you know what I'm saying?
And I agree with Lenny too, because I got this in the mail the other day. See, this is just from helping the seller. It ain't much, right? It's $100. It's $100, but we help the seller.
Facts.
You know, I don't really care about nothing else, right? Yeah. It's like Lenny just saying, the seller comes first. Let's just do it.
Right, I feel the same way. My buyers come, my clients come first.
Yeah.
Like I don't want no one who gets a loan from me to not understand what they're getting into and it not to be profitable. I mean, that's the worst thing you can do, in my opinion, is go buy a house cash and you're a newbie. And it works out for a lot of people, and I'm glad when it works out. But I can only imagine the number of people that don't work out for, because there's a lot of things that you may fall into that may take you down. So if you're new and you work with me, that's almost virtually impossible, because unless you arrogantly go off after I tell you how you shouldn't do this deal and go do it, you will have a deal on that's going to make sure it makes money, and no vendor is going to kill your pockets. In my view, if your contractor's charging you way more than they should be, I'm the type of person to let you know, like, hey, that's not market price. I'm not going to charge you if the insurance company is even quoting you for more than I've seen insurances for your property type, size and city and state. I'm gonna let you know, like, hey, I think that's kind of high. Maybe you should go get another quote, from someone else. But I'm always looking out for my client, no matter what, because they come first. They're the ones that's returning.
Oh, definitely, I agree with you.
Let's check out Lenny, man. He got a little video I'm gonna show real quick. It's a couple seconds long, bro. That's him on one of the properties.
Like Lenny.
I can't hear him.
You can't hear him?
Audio problems.
Man, y'all can't hear it. Okay,
you can hear it though?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Okay, let me take it down here. So y'all couldn't hear it. Okay. That's just him. He's out on the property early in the morning getting it, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's him in KC as well. So what are some of the questions that you when you talk to the title company? What are some of the questions that you ask?
Liens.
Not all title companies. Not all title companies does assignment agreements, right?
No, I don't.
No,
not all of them do assignments. Most, I've run into some who don't want to double close, more so than don't know how to do the assignment.
A lot of them are stopping though now, Jarrell, especially because we tried to do one, or we had one there in Georgia, and they referred us to, and we've done assignments with them before, and then they stopped. They said, hey, we're not doing assignments anymore, so they referred us to another title company. They said their insurance wouldn't allow them to do it anymore.
Oh
wow!
So we got to think about that too, and that's something that I've never heard anybody or a title company explain to me, because most people, if you call them and say, hey, do you guys do assignments, right? They'll say no, but they never tell the reason why. Yeah. And now that title company explained it to me, I think that would be the reason why, that their title insurance and their personal insurance for their business won't cover it if something comes back and hunt them.
And in a couple
maybe it's because that whole, I don't know. I wonder why. I would love to get.
A couple of states though. Now you gotta be licensed to be a wholesaler in a couple of states, right? So now they have these lobbyists lobbying these people. And they won't, because renters is losing money, right? Let's keep it real, right? And
Oklahoma is one now.
Yeah, I think Baltimore. I think is another one as well. But
Chicago,
what you have to do now in that situation is do a double closing. Right, because now you pay a little extra to make that money, which is cool. It's the cost of doing business.
Yeah,
you can do it, pay a double closing, or sign up with that state or whatever the case is to get a wholesale deal. So,
but the problem that runs in with double closing is now you need transactional funds.
Oh, Philly too?
Huh? Yeah, Philly's. He said Philly as well.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah.
Okay,
so transactional funds. Yeah.
Which I can help you with, of course. No problem.
That's crazy. I never heard of that.
Yeah. So Liddy just said that the title company there, Titans, just held an event for investors explaining the art of wholesaling. So
he was just at it the other day. I was on there. I saw him going to that meeting. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe they'll teach you how to get around what they're talking about.
As a matter of fact, I have a.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do any of y'all own properties?
Yep.
See, the biggest thing that I regret, I met a girl off YouTube, and she blew my mind, and that's where I'm moving forward in my life now. I did own houses, but I sold them. But this girl started as a wholesaler, and she had the same vision I did. She said, you know what? I don't want to own all these houses because you got to pay taxes on each last one of these houses. Got to do all this stuff. This girl turned around and started owning buildings. I'm talking about complexes, and that's man. And she put me on game. Yeah, she spent $100,000 for, I think it was like a 12 complex unit, and she only started with 100,000. She went through this program. She said, "Yeah, you only got to have 100,000 to get a front and to own a 12 unit." And when she told me that, it blew my mind. She said, "See, all these units right here, only got to do one. When it comes to taxes, I don't got to do every apartment. It's all in one bunch." And when she told me that, it blew my mind because I didn't know that at first.
Yeah, you definitely want to move to multifamily as quick as possible.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that's real talk.
Yeah,
that's my next goal.
But check out, there's ways to do that without putting $100,000 down.
Really?
So you go to check out when you go on YouTube, pull up master lease options.
Okay.
You ain't gonna put that kind of money down at all. So that's a lot of risk you put down. But I mean, it's ways to get it done, bro.
And before you go past this title companies and title work, I mean, of course, a lot of people know about this already, but we speaking also in mind of the new investors and whatnot. There are liens on properties, known about and unknown. Okay, so whether you are wholesaling it, assigning, or double closing, I think it's worth it to you and your time to know what type of liens you're working with on the property. That right there can help in negotiating, and also making sure that at the end of the day that's taken into account, because when they pull that title work, chain of title and all that, they want to make sure that they cash out every single party that's supposed to be paid off by that. That transferring. So
I will tell you that I will buy with liens. The only problem and the issue comes in is when they get ready to sell it. But I'll buy it with liens, and I'll hold it for the rest of my life. Or if we can get some things taken care of later, I will. If not, eventually I die. It'll do whatever it needs to do, and we're done.
Good to go.
But yeah, I'll buy it with a lien on it.
But here's another point too. When you're dealing with a title company too, if you're calling a title company as a wholesaler, probably what you want to ask them is, do they when they run the title work, will they get paid at the closing? So when you're not out of pocket for them to run the title work, right? As a wholesaler, you don't want to invest none of your money. So let's say you do a few $100 or whatever the case is, having to run the title work for you, and let's say something come back on the title.
Yeah, I've never paid for that. Money.
So you don't want to have none invested. Yeah. So I call multiple title companies. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jay, man. If people are paying for that, definitely call more title companies. I've never ran into that issue of having pay for title searches.
Yeah.
Hopefully we never will. You kind of scared me with that insurance cutting down assignments. That is wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Title company. They're in Noonan.
Yeah.
They're in Noonan. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they have office in Noonan and in Peachtree.
Well, luckily there's a lot of title companies.
Right.
Yeah.
We know they call closing attorneys here, but there's a lot of them. So hopefully it's just, but you never know. Insurances, you don't want things to become industry standard.
Yeah.
But
okay. Question,
roll with the punches, go to another state. That's what you do.
Do you go or do you not go? That is
I don't go.
I
tell my newbies
to
go. I tell my newbies to go on the first.
I go. Yeah, I go.
You go
on your first deal.
I go after when my sellers get their money. Then I work with some good people at the title company. When they tell me they came and got their money, then I'll go up there and get my check, man. That's
email wire instructions and say just call me.
Yeah. But I'm always by my phone though. So I let them know I'm available through my phone. So you got any questions or whatever, you can pick up the phone and call me. But I don't know.
I'm not saying you shouldn't. You can definitely foster and further relationships by natural chemistry. What happens?
You know what I'm saying?
But it can also go sideways.
I guess it could.
There's a lot of emotions at the closing tables, and you never really know sometimes.
Oh yeah,
things are gonna set off.
Oh,
you think it's
yeah,
all good,
man.
and then you get there and something pops. So I just remove myself from that and have a good day. That's just how I kick it.
I did closings where the lady get there, and this old lady I was dealing with, Miss Johnson, she got cold feet. It was at the closing.
Yeah.
She changed the mind. I said, oh,
yeah, I'd rather not. Yeah,
it happens. It happens.
When is it? So I write this down. Though this is my final question. When is it, as a wholesaler? When is it better? When should you do a double closing? How much money you think you should be making on a deal for you to say, you know what, I need to do a double closing?
Actually, I'm gonna say this, Jay. My answer to that will be never.
Never do a double closing. Okay.
I never did a double closing.
And the reason being is because most people will do a double closing because they're trying to not let the end buyer know what they're making on their assignment fee. This is what most people do. But if I'm talking to my buyer, okay, and I'm going to ask him, hey, I'm going to make $50,000 on this deal. Do you have a problem with it? If he does, then buy. I will find another one. Because remember, he knew the numbers were good when he accepted it the first time. You see what I mean? The numbers were good when you accepted what I was selling it to you for. But then when you found out what I was going to earn on it, now you have a problem.
See, the only problem I have with that is when, like I said, I have done closes with people that I have taught real estate to. See, those are the people I have a problem with. But a seller, every time a seller don't even look at the HUD.
Yeah, and see that check.
Yeah, I mean they don't.
I'm like Lenny though, right? Lenny said anything above we said 10K. That's kind of where I'm at, because I've seen a situation where a person's seen that money when that line come through there. Because I don't tell them up front. I tell them, I may purchase it or I may source it out to my buyers or whatever the case is, right? And I don't tell them how much I'm gonna make off the deal. You know what I'm saying? So especially if it's something as big, over 10 grand or whatever the case is, they may look at that line and say, hold on, where is money going? You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to run the risk of that. So I'd rather pay $100 or whatever the case is to avoid that, to when they can't see it. That's just me. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever wholesale a deal off of the MLS that you found on the MLS?
Nah, I never did.
Because you can't wholesale it. You got to double close it. Actually, Do you guys is the market so saturated where that was a thing of the past, or is that still possible?
No, it's still relevant.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's still relevant.
Yeah, because I could say I've done 4 out of the 10 I was talking about, just like that.
Well, I did a lot of REOs like that.
Okay.
And I had to double close with the REOs because, of course, the bank won't let you have an assignable contract or that clause in their contract.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you have a realtor on your team, that will make it more advantageous to do that. Then, huh?
Yeah, because I mean, with REOs, I got to have the realtor to make the offer to the bank anyway.
Yeah,
they want a license. They want a licensed agent to submit that offer to them.
Yeah, none of my deals are necessarily REOs, just good deals. MLS had room, with, of course, there were renovations needed, but there was nothing turnkey that was going like that. But yeah,
have anybody found houses off the Facebook Marketplace? I did a lot of deals off there just being in the Facebook Marketplace.
I haven't actually.
I will sell on there, but I was never.
In 2017, I think I probably 2016, 2017. I think I probably sold 15 houses just off Facebook alone. People selling their houses, and I put under contract and resell it.
Now, garage sale groups do pretty good in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man, I saw a lot of houses.
Because they're doing garage sales, and then you go in there and you're asking to see, hey, you're doing this garage sale, right? Are they looking to sell the real estate too? Or you see, and even in the garage sale groups, they put in their estate sales. Well, they're selling everything in that house.
Yeah,
is the house going too?
Lenny, don't say that on here, Lenny.
No, but Lenny's wife is
no. That was bring it up. We're gonna walk right past that. Lenny, don't say that on here, Lenny. He gonna be mad at you tomorrow.
Oh man, that boy, that crazy, man.
Have any of y'all been through like where y'all when somebody died doing the airship? Have that been like the worst thing? Have y'all? Boy,
It's
that
the
is.
best thing.
I didn't hear what you said.
I love those, man.
Ooh, you do? Oh my
Yeah.
God, them things take months, man. I've been through some of them.
Say
Are
that
taking
again.
months.
What did he ask? What did you
When you
ask?
do the airship, like when somebody died trying to get it over into the man, I have done some of those. It took me like 3, 4, 5.
But what I'm
But
gonna
those
tell
are the
you,
best profitable
yeah,
deals.
because most wholesalers they gonna go to that extent to get it.
I do. It just takes a while.
Most of
But
them
here's the
won't.
thing too, Antron, is that you're in Texas. And it's easier here doing the affidavit of airship and all of that stuff here.
Oh, okay.
Really?
In Georgia, which is where Jarrell is, it's
Uh-huh.
a whole lot difficult. It's
Really?
it's worse than it is here.
Damn.
Listen, man, this has been action packed, man. This has been action packed. We gotta go a step a little deeper though. We gotta go.
This is wire funds. What is wire money? What's that?
Well, I always get my funds wired to me, so I never go to the title company to get a check, or it's wired to me. Man.
I do that sometimes because I do that. Sometimes I get it wired, but most of the time I go in there and pick it up.
But see, when you're a wholesaler, right? So the deals are out of the state. I'm not flying in to get it. So why? And I don't want to go through the mail. I might not see it. For 10, 15 minutes.
That's another thing. Before we get off, though, Mr. Hill, man, I know you said that you sound very experienced. You know what you're doing. The game ain't changed too much since 2017, man. You should really, really think about getting back into it. There's a lot of areas that are, because of what's happening with the inflation and everything, markets are saturated. No doubt. Things aren't the same. All of us have our stories of how we made killings and also, still doing pretty good, but it was just a different time. It's a different market. The same house you buy for 60,000 going for 200,000 now in the same neighborhood. Okay. So, but that's no excuse, because there's always markets. Okay. Always markets. And I'm telling you this as a gentleman who speaks with people from all over the country. That's how I know. Okay. So I may have someone in Philadelphia, then have someone call me from Missouri or or Pennsylvania, in a small township somewhere.
Okay.
And I will see, at the same time, this person in Philadelphia is dealing with the saturated market, but the person in this township 200 miles away, their market is still stable. Maybe not as, of course, it's not as volatile as Philadelphia, but things are selling. People are renting. There is a population there. You can walk out of your city, and look what the other areas around you. Maybe a state. What state are you in again? What state are you in? You said Texas,
Dallas,
right? Texas.
Dallas.
I mean, maybe look at Louisiana. I mean, really, and then utilize, like these brothers said, the internet a lot more than what you have, and keep looking for sellers rather than going off of a seller's buying list, because people run out of property to sell. You don't run out of property to buy typically, but they run out of properties to sell over, so they can't keep up with you. No seller keep up with you.
One thing, Terrell is a hard money lender, right? So he does it in 48, 46 states or something like that. So looking to flip, that's your guy right there.
Definitely.
You just said a minute ago, you said you never had a team.
Yeah, never had a team. And that's what my mentor told me. He said that's probably why you need a team now in this game. But
everybody, bro. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? If you whatever it is, bro. From commercial, I do residential, commercial, land. My man Jason, he do a lot of lands and stuff like that. But people who buy burnt out houses, like all of that stuff, bro. So here's your team. All different ideas, man. So and we getting ready to do some stuff, man. Next month as well, man. We'll do like a meetup, man. Come on out, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on out.
I definitely will.
And another thing, you run through, like right now, you may have thought, okay, damn, this cat right here, he's a Jarrell. You know what? He probably know buyers because he has clients. Remember my name. So that next time when write something down, everybody you meet, write who they are and how they can help you. So then when you have that the next property to sell, you know, I come to mind. Jason comes to mind. Jay came, you know, instead of going back to, you know, just your pool, always be expanding that pool, you know, always.
Okay.
Because you never know where a deal is going to come from, man.
You offended me, man. You say ain't no deals in Dallas. You offended me, bro. I gotta get it.
But like I said, I'm speaking of. I guess because I'm speaking the dream of my truth. Because like I said, man, like I'm telling, like, I know everybody have a story, but like I said, I was grind. Like I said, when the competition got bad in Dallas, I started focusing on Fort Worth because I stay in Fort Worth, and a lot of people weren't picking up on Fort Worth in the beginning, and I was making so many deals after deals, but then it's just like I just kept meeting so many people moving down here, and it's like, and then I don't know about y'all. Like I said, this is my vision. When I kept hearing, come to our webinar, come to our play, all that on the radio, it brought people down here, and like I said, just years ago, it was just cheap, and then now moving forward, everything got expensive. So what I did was I just took my money and I put it in something else, like, you know, my ATM. Now I'm trying to open up my laundromat. Like I said, I just started thinking more residual instead of trying to go out, look for the bag and chase the bag. Like I said, it was frustrating me because it seemed like everybody in their damn mama was doing it. So it kind of took me back a little bit.
But see, that was an issue though. See, if this was together back then, or if we knew each other, you'd have residual because I would have been able to show you how to pick up property subject to, because nobody was doing subject to then.
And yes, and that's what I said. I didn't have a mentor. Like I said, when the houses was going for 30 and 40, I'm like, damn, I wish I could got these houses for myself. But the mentor that I had, instead of him trying to teach me, he was like, nah, let me get this house up off of you. And I didn't know the big brainstorm on the other side, what he was actually doing, because he was actually keeping the houses and renting them out, or here, fix it up and reset. Like I said, I didn't have that knowledge because I didn't have the people around me to teach me and show me these things. Or they're like, oh, you going to pay me for it? Like I said, I'm taught probably like 20 people how to wholesale. And I can say everybody in my group has made money from it. But the biggest thing, I wasn't educated, and I was trying to learn how can I get this house for myself by going through the bank, but I wasn't educated. I never had a mentor to actually show me that. That was
you ever tried to flip one?
No, I didn't. And I was almost
some experience right there.
So you've been laser focused on this wholesaler like this, and you've been able to do all you have done. Imagine you do this, bro, and see there's other parts that you ain't touched yet.
Yes.
So you with the right team, man.
Just keep checking in with us, man. Just keep. We'll definitely hit some points.
Okay.
That'll move you forward and what you're searching for, but you gotta be willing to, like, in my point of view, because I know what you mean. I'm from Atlanta, so it's not many markets. I'm not going to say we're the top, but we're one of the most saturated markets as far as how the market has fluctuated between 2000, you know, from the bubble burst to now. Okay, but you have to be willing to, you know, use those other tools, put more tools on your belt. Get to accomplish what you need to in this day and age, bro. We'll help you with it for sure.
Okay.
Let me say this though. Shout out to Lenny, man. He's still active, bro. That's
his phrase. If that's anything, if I just read that, I'm gonna think of Lenny. It's going down.
Salute to you, bro.
Hey, Lenny, I might need to holler at you, man. I got one we need to talk about in 63113 up in St. Louis.
Hey, Lenny, one quick thing, man. Let us all jump on your podcast with you together, man. Let's chop it up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you with that, man. Hey, Mr. Hill, man, it's a pleasure meeting you, man.
You too, Jerry. Nice meeting all of y'all, man. I stay in contact. When y'all have a group chat, I'm always gonna be in. If y'all meeting up, man, I'm always down, man. Like I said,
October 20th, we're gonna be over on the north side on October 20th.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
Yep.
I'll be there.
Yep. I think that was is it Addison?
I think that side is Farmers Branch.
Okay.
Right off of 635 in Midway.
Absolutely.
I'll be there.
And let me see. He said, let me see who was that.
Cigar. It's a cigar.
Okay, he said he with it, guys. It's a cigar launch. You missed another gentleman on Mr. Leverage, man. You missed him as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get a chance to chop it up, man. But that definitely has been a pleasure meeting you, bro, and look forward
Y'all
to
too, man. I
Likewise.
look forward to meeting y'all pretty soon.
Make sure you go to Mid City Network Facebook group, man. Add yourself
I
to
already, I already did. That's what I just did.
Cool.
Great.
All right,
All
brother.
right, man. Y'all be easy.
All right,
Later.
guys.
And Lenny still hitting us, bro. Let me see what Lenny said. He said count Lenny in. He said he with that too, bro. He said he with it. So
I know.
hey man, this been off the chain, man. So hey, I really appreciate you guys, man. Tell them one more time what you guys do and how to reach you.
Go ahead, Jay.
Hey, Jason Sims, Dallas, Texas, man. Again, great to be on here with these brothers. You can reach me. Call me is best, man. 972-220-8104. Or email me at jsims@newway, NUWAY group LLC.com.
All right. Jarrell Mattis here, straight out of Atlanta. A little broker in loans, hard money loans. Anybody looking for any fix and flip loans or rental properties, all the way up to multifamilies, just give me a call. On the fix and flip side, we fund the new investors at 80-85% purchase, 100% of rehab. Experience, 90% of purchase, 100% of rehab. Check this, no experience, over 720 credit score got you at 90% purchase, 100% of rehab.
What's up?
46 states, just let's get it. Hit me up with the email, bpiquickloans@gmail.com.
I didn't know that, bro. I didn't know that. I just one guy hit me a couple weeks ago, and I was like, you gotta have some experience. You got no experience at 720.
720 credit score.
Okay, let me see if I can. I don't think I saved his number, but I'll see if I can pull it back up. You know how I do. I get you like that. You know what I'm saying? You let me know how you do your thing, man. So you guys, man, you know, definitely want to reach out to me, man. Go to the Facebook group, Mid City Network. What is it? Mid City Network. What is it, guy? Yeah, Mid City Network on Facebook group. Right? Go to YouTube, look us up, man. We have on the network. We got so many different podcasts on here, man. You want to learn about basketball? We got a basketball podcast on here. You want to learn about? Just get on there, man. Just sit on it, man. And wait till the podcast drop. But got a lot of things going on. But right now, man, we are real estate aholics, man. So if you are in real estate and you are an aholic, you should be here every single week.
Every week, Wednesday. Tell them what time. Tell them what time, Jack.
It's 6:30 Central Standard Time. So 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, and Pacific Time is 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. So
there you go.
Definitely, man. Hey, look forward to doing some deals with you with these new people coming in as well, man. And hey, man, go holler at these guys, man. Let's make some money together.
Man.
All right, guys.
Salute you guys, man.
Later.
All right, peace. Oh, we get Lenny before you get out of here.
Lenny.
We on. He said.
I'll let you
go. Oh, Lenny. Okay. Boy, that's crazy, bro. All right, bro. Y'all be easy.
All right, now. Later.